Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to our ISKCON Official YouTube channel. Today I am going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 20th chapter, text 37 onwards. This is regarding beauty of Vrindavan during autumn season, that is Sarat. So, Naivavidan Kyamanam Jalam Gadha Jarecharaha Jathayur Anvaham Khyayam Nara Mudha Kutumbina. That means the fish swimming in the increasingly shallow water didn't at all understand that the water was diminishing, just as foolish family men cannot see how the time they have left to live is diminishing with every passing day. But those who are hearing about the Lord or serving the Lord, their time is not passing. That is we have discussed in 10th canto, and that is stated in first canto, Ayu Harati Vaipunsa, or second canto, like that. There is a verse like this. So those who are fortunate, they don't waste their time. Their time is not wasted because they are serving the Lord. So in the purport, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that as an ignorant man attached to his family doesn't realize that his lifespan is decreasing at every moment, foolish fish play in the shallow water, not realizing that it is decreasing at every moment. This is a negative analogy. And Sripad Sanatana Goswami Brihad Vaishnava Darshan says, the fish, being small, since he is used to swimming in deep water, doesn't understand that the water, which is like his life, is diminishing. And the man of no discrimination, attached to wife and sons, is like the small fish in the water. He doesn't see death, and though he can infer it from the death of his father. Unlike the fish, he is called a fool. Or the fish should understand the water is diminishing since it usually swims in deep water. Thus the fish is a fool without intelligence. The phrase Anuham day by day applies to both sentences. The man also, by seeing death of his family members, should understand that his life is diminishing. And of course, this is the most astonishing fact, as stated by Yudhishthira Maharaj in Mahabharata. Ani ani bhutani gachanti jamadam shesha stavar michanti kima asajam mataparam. Yudhishthira Maharaj says it to Dharmavaka. So in verse 38 it is said that Gadhavari charastapam avindan charat arkajam jatha daridraha kripana kutumbi avi jitendriha. Just as a miserly, poverty-stricken person, overly observed in family life, suffers because he cannot control his senses, the fish swimming in the shallow water had to suffer the heat of the autumn sun. Even inside the water, it is being hot. So in the purport, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada Maharaj says that although, as described in the previous verse, unintelligent fish are not aware of the diminished water, one may think these fish are still happy according to the old proverb, ignorance is bliss. But even the ignorant fish are scorched by the autumn sun. Similarly, although an attached family man may consider his ignorance of spiritual life blissful, he is constantly disturbed by the problems of family life, and indeed his uncontrolled senses lead him into a situation of unrelieved anguish. As Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Sarartha Dasantika says, as a poor man suffers while supporting a large family, so the fish man in scarce water must endure the painful heat of the autumn sun. In the previous verse, a wealthy family man was described, whereas here the negative effects of a poor family man are described. Or this verse can be taken to refer to the suffering of the attached family man mentioned in the previous verse. And the next verse, verse 39. शनि शनि जहु पंकम स्थलानि आमां च विरुद्ध यथाहं ममतां धीरः शरीरादिषु अनात्मसु. That means gradually the different areas of land gave up their muddy condition and the plants grew past their unripe stage. In the same way, the sober sages give up egotism and possessiveness. These are based on things different from the real self, namely the material body and its byproducts. So in the purport, Srila Vishnu Thakur says that as the intelligent person gives up everything unrelated to the soul, anatmasu, the Paramatma and Krishna, namely the body, false ego and possessiveness, and tries to develop attachment to Krishna. So the fields give up their muddy conditions and plants give up their unripe state. So the purport, Sanatana Goswami Brother Vishnu Dosan says that gradually land and the plants give up their immature condition. Similarly, the wise give up possessiveness of body, sounds, etc., which are different from the Atma. This is because they are wise. Having discrimination, possessiveness is compared to the mud because it is external, and identity of Aham is compared to the immature plant because it is internal. So in the next verse 40 it is said that Nistalambor Abhutusnim Samudraha Sarad Agame Atmani Uparate Samyan Munir Vyuparatagamaha. With the arrival of autumn, the ocean and the lakes become silent, their water still, just like a sage who had desisted from all material activities and given up his recitations of Vedic mantras. The purport, Srila Prabhupada Maharaj's disciples say that one recites ordinary Vedic mantras for material promotion, mystic power and impersonal salvation. But when a sage is completely free from personal desire, he vibrates the transcendent glories of the Supreme Lord exclusively, as we are now doing now. So Srila Vishnu Thakur Saraswata Santika says, as the sage with a motionless mind stops chanting the Vedas, with the coming of autumn, the lakes and ocean become motionless and stop roaring. This refers to a place called Satobasa, west of Mathura. This is a positive comparison. So, the next verse 41 says that Kedarebhya apogrinan कर्षका दृढ़ सेतु भी यथा प्राणी स्रवज ज्ञानम तन्निरोधेन योगिना. In the same way that the practitioners of yoga bring their senses under strict control to check their consciousness from flowing out through the agitated senses, the farmers erected strong mud banks to keep the water within their rice fields from draining out. So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada Maharaj in Krishna book says, in autumn, farmers save the water within the field by building strong walls so that the water contained within the field cannot run out. And there is hardly any hope for new rainfall. Therefore, they want to save whatever is in the field. Similarly, a person who is actually advanced in self-realization protects his energy by controlling his senses. It is advised that after the age of 50, one should retire from family life and conserve the energy of the body for utilization and the advancement of Krishna consciousness. Unless one is able to control the senses and engage them in the transcendental loving service of Mukunda, there is no possibility of salvation. So it is a must. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur Sarada Sintika says that the farmer keeps the water lying in the fields after the rainy season from running out with the dikes, just as the yogi controls his senses to prevent his consciousness from flowing out due to agitation of the senses. This is a positive comparison. So thank you very much for listening to this lecture, and please don't forget to subscribe, share and like our channel and get the blessings of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.